Hey, everybody! It's chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Super Paper Mario. In the last episode, we got back here to Flipside and put away the third heart pillar into... Put away the third heart pillar into its pure heart. Yeah, that sounds accurate. Put away the third pure heart into its heart pillar. And we got this door right here. And in this episode, we're going to head on through this door to Chapter 3, which is where I personally think this game starts picking up. Now, I do need to bring something up right here. I actually cooked a lot of my items off screen right here. First off, we have a mistake. I got this from cooking a courage shell. This is just what happens whenever, you know, you cook something that can't really be cooked. It always recovers 1 HP and cures poison. I'm going to go and use that up right now just to free up an inventory space. But aside from that, you can see the difference that it makes when you cook items. Here the Koopa Tea is not really a good example. It does the same thing as the Turtley Leaf, just kind of looks different. But we have this like the fried shroom plate. If you cook a shroom shake, which I have no idea how liquid becomes mushrooms, but that gives you 15 HP instead of 10. That horsetail we found recovered 7 HP. Now it's a roast horsetail, which recovers 10. Peachy Peach used to recover 5. Now it recovers 12. We got a fried egg. That egg that we bought last episode, and it recovered 12. Now it's 15. And I left these other items alone just because we haven't shown what they do yet, so I didn't want to cook them quite yet. But without further ado, enough waffle. Let's go through the door. Mario and his new friends open the door, unsure of what they would find. All the while, Merlee's words about finding the other two heroes rang in their minds. Were these other heroes somewhere in this new world? If not, where? Meanwhile, the creeping void grew larger in the skies above Flipside. The hopes of all worlds rested on the heroes finding the next pure heart. Chapter 3-1! When geeks attack! Yep. I think you guys know now why I think the game really starts picking up right here. Welcome to the Bitlands. This is where the game really shows that it is very much a love letter to fans of retro gaming. So this is where the door leads. I suppose the next pure heart must be nearby. That's odd. I can feel it nearby, but where could it be? Hi, Technical! I caught a super rare pixelated butterfly! My friends at digibutter.ner are going to freak when they get word of this. Find! I must bring it home! I cannot miss this week's episode of the Grotus Chronicles! No way am I going to entrust my digital recorder-meow to tape an episode so epic. This is so high-technical. Meet our villain. Yep, Mario, these are the kinds of people buying your games. Whoa, a kidnapping! Oh, the despair, the awful spectacle of it all! The shocking scene occurred right before my very own tender eyes. Well, I guess it's a wrap for that, Pixel. Now that that freak Francis got her. What we do is we want to check this bush. Whoa! And even though Francis was from behind that same bush, apparently he didn't see him. I guess his glasses are really in need of replacing that badly. Who's this guy? A friend of that butterfly girl that got nabbed? Well, I guess you aren't a nerd unless your glasses need replacing. Well, that's a pity. The geek grabbed her. Francis, basically the nerd to end all nerds. Plus, he's got this thing for butterflies. And, well, all things nerdy, too. Well, better than he has a thing for butterflies than other stuff. If he gets his sweaty mitts of something he likes, there's no getting it back. He collects stuff and keeps it in his big fantasy fortress. It's like a geek paradise. Whoa now, you want to know where Fort Francis is? Well, if you go all the way down for miles and miles, you'll find it. You're not thinking of infiltrating the nerd lair and rescuing her, are you? Look, nobody likes having their butterfly kidnapped by a geek, but it's dangerous. That... truer words have never been spoken. Nobody likes having their butterfly kidnapped by a geek. Still said in a day, what a tender moment. I think I got something in my eye here. Listen, let me give you some travel tips. You listening? Good. All I got for you is 3 critical tips. Remember all of them. Here's your first tip. If you're feeling saucy, flip. A bunch of no-class jerks are holed up in the castle ahead. It ain't gonna be easy getting past them, but here's the juice. It's an old castle. You do your thing with that red X mark, and maybe something will happen for you. Now for my second tip. you somehow pass those clowns in the castle, you'll see an ocean. You can't miss it. A scary sea monster lives here. The beast is huge and cranky. But if you just toast its red flipper thing, something good is bound to happen. A lot of red things, and here's the last tip. Once you swim your way through that ocean, you'll see a humongous tree. This tree is on the gorge of the... There's a huge gorge on the other side. There's no jumping across it. Look for a red wind to do something with it, then you can get across. All red stuff. Got all that? Good. Now be careful now. By some crazy chance ever, come back and tell me how you did. So we'll have to come back and see that guy if we end up coming back through here. But starting off here on... Whoa, that was odd. The game slowed down there for a second. But yeah, starting off on Chapter 3, we got some coins right here right off the bat. Not really much else to say. Got some brick blocks. Very, very simple. They also contain coins. And unfortunately for us, we cannot bio any new enemies that we may find. But if memory serves, there really aren't that many new enemies that get introduced in this area. So it's not really too big a loss that we don't have Tippy. But it would be kind of nice to have. And wow, give me that. Got a catch card. Okay, so this is kind of like a Pokeball, admittedly. It's kind of funny, but yeah, it is actually kind of like a Pokeball. Basically, you can use a catch card on an enemy, and if you do it successfully, then if it works successfully, which it doesn't always, kind of like a Pokeball's random chance, you actually will capture the enemy inside of a card. So you can, you can collect cards of an enemy. You can collect cards of enemies that you don't have quite easily doing that. Right over here, hit that, and we got a vine. Okay, let's head up, up. I can't jump to go up it really fast like in Mario World, but oh well. So, got a door right here. What do we got? So, I gotta say, love the style of this area. I'm gonna go and use this Megastar as Mario. And how about, like a true chameleon, we blend into our surroundings. Look at that, we're just walking over the gaps. They are not going to hurt us in the slightest. So yeah, we're just wrecking through all these enemies. Are we due for a level? I think we're like 10,000 experience from a level or so. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now, there was something off in the distance back here. I'm gonna go actually back and look at what that was, because I actually kind of got, like, distracted. I saw the Megastar, and I was like, ooh, something shiny! And then I was just like, oh, right, there was something over there that I wanted to do, but I got distracted by the shiny thing. Yep, if you use Peach to go over this, or rather, not really Peach, just anybody, really, you can get over this. And you want to go down this pipe. And by doing so, can we use the parasol in the background? Test time. Yes, we can. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised. But, yeah. Here we got this. I guess, while we're going back through here, got a card right here. Catch card SP. It almost always works, so it's basically a better catch card. What do I want to get rid of for that? What recovers the least HP? I'll get... Nope, I didn't mean to throw it. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of... Why can't I use my items? Oh, are you telling me you can't use items in the background? Are you freaking serious? Okay, fine. Whatever. Get rid of the Koopa-Tea. I don't care. I missed that tea. I wanted to drink it. Wow. Apparently he really was scared of the princess, but here we can show what a catch card does. Gonna use it on Piranha Plant. Oh, I missed. Let's try the catch card SP. Yes, okay, so it defeats the enemy and we get a card of that enemy. So now we do double damage to Piranha Plants. Is that really necessary? Because Piranha Plants typically die to items? No, not really. It was just kind of my way of showing it. Okay, so back at this door that I actually meant to go through later after getting that card, but I got distracted. Check this out. This is probably the coolest thing in the entire game. I love this. Yeah! He's doing what you think he's doing. He's not just a giant turtle. He's a giant 8-bit Mario turtle! Okay, Koopa, fine, whatever. I know, I'm known for using official names, so what you want to do is, you want to run like hell, and hit this block, because you get your own Megastar in it! Ah ha ha! This music never gets old, I swear. It This is one song that, even though it's only like a 5-second loop over and over again, that unlike a lot of those songs that were like in bad NES games, it just doesn't get old. Like, you know those bad games on the NES that just had like songs that were like 5-second loops, not really even songs at all? This is just that one that just doesn't get old. You can just listen to that all day, just that star jingle. What do we got here? Fall in between the red pipes. That's what I read. You probably read it as Newteb Nilaf Sipip Zerits. And to that, let's hit that button. And that allows us to go back through that door anytime we want. But that doesn't really matter to us because we wanted to read that sign. And we want to walk slow. I'm having so much fun doing this. I'm going all slow. I'm moving so slow. This is really, really slow. Did I mention how slow this is? All I'm doing is walking really slow. I can't even move really that fast. I'm walking so slow. I'm hitting these brick blocks, but I'm still moving slow. And actually, I was meant to go through that door, so now it's going to be even slower. And I'm just going to cut before I keep saying slow. Okay, so back to the door that we came through in the first place that we climbed up the vine to get to. We're just gonna go ahead and take a leap of faith! Wow, right on the save block. That's actually kind of convenient. Okay. So, what is up there? Stop missing! There's a pipe up there, but I'm actually not entirely sure how we're supposed to get up there. Right here we have a Magic Koopa, which you'll see its stats on screen right now because we don't have Tippy, so we can't identify her. But if we go over here, kind of a neat little Easter egg. Ha! Hoo! Ha! Hoo! And then nothing. Oh, God! No. Oh, jeez. Okay, good thing I didn't hit that thing. That is one of those really bad curses that you don't want to hit. Those black ones will send you back to Flipside instantly upon hitting them. That is very not good. So you do not want to touch those. I remember what that does because I touched it, and I couldn't use Tippy to identify it my first time around. I was really, really hurting from that, if you could tell. We got more secrets over here, which is kind of cool. A lot of secrets in these levels. Especially after Chapter 3, you start finding a lot more secrets in these levels, and they just get a lot more creative. Here we go into the ground, and we have another type of Gromoeba, different than the previous one. Let's see, its stats on screen. Right here we have a Thunder Rage, which allows us to hit many enemies at once. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to wait for this thing to grow into 16, and we are going to use that. You are witnessing a physical representation of the Wii's potential processing power. Okay, no, not really. Let's go ahead and use the Thunder Rage. Shake it up and down. Here we go. Look at those polygons. Boom, 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 boom. That is cool, to say the least. So, now that we got all those points, not quite as many as we could have gotten through using Throw, but we got quite a bit. So, we go through this pipe. We can now go to the other side of this area. And right over here, we get... Oh, I can walk across the grass. It's kind of cool. We get an Ice Storm. So, that's sort of cool-ish, I guess. And it's said to fall between the red pipes. What happens if we do it in the background? Death. Okay. But, because this is actually one of the longest levels in the game, believe it or not, we probably have about 10 to 15 more minutes to go through this level, so I think I'm going to end it off here. So, next time on Super Paper Mario, we're going to be finishing up Chapter 3-1, and hopefully finding out the whereabouts of Tippy. See you guys then.